A billionaire will turn down $1 million deal in a heartbeat. You'd probably move heaven and earth for that money. The difference isn't greed. It's that one of you understands something fundamental about how the world actually works. Here's something that will change how you think about money forever. Once you have enough of it, money becomes useless. Seriously, you can't eat more than 3 meals a day. You can't wear more than one outfit at a time. You can't live in more than one house at once. At a certain point, more money doesn't improve your life, but more time, that changes everything. Rich people figured this out a long time ago, and it's why they make decisions that seem weird to everyone else. Today, I'm showing you exactly why time is a real currency and how understanding this shifts your entire approach to building wealth. Let's start with where most people get it wrong. You think money is the end goal. You think once you have enough money, you'll be happy and free. So you chase it. You work longer hours for more pay. You take on extra projects. You stress about your paycheck. You measure your success in dollars. And you're making a massive mistake. The problem is that you're trading the one thing you can't get back, time, for something you can always make more of, money. You're giving away hours of your life, days of your life, years of your life, all for a paycheck. And here's what's insane about it. You think once you have enough money, you'll finally start living. You'll finally have free time. You'll finally do the things you actually want to do. But that's not how it works. By the time most people make enough money to stop working, they're too old or too burnt out to enjoy it. They spent their best years grinding. Their health is shot. Their relationships are broken. Their hobbies are forgotten. And now they've got money but no energy to use it. They wasted their youth for something that can't even make them happy anymore. The second problem is that you don't realize how limited time actually is. Money is infinite. You can always make more. There's no limit to how much money exists in the world. But time, you get roughly 80 years if you're lucky. That's it. That's your entire budget. And every single day, some of that budget disappears. You can't get it back. You can't earn more. It's gone forever. Think about that for a second. You get maybe 30,000 days on this planet, and you're spending thousands of them doing things you hate for money. That's not a deal. That's a scam. So, why do rich people think differently? It's because they figured out the math. They understand that time is actually worth more than money. Let me explain. When you're poor or middle class, you value money highly because you need it to survive. You need it for rent and food and basic stuff. So you trade your time for it. That makes sense. But once you reach a certain level of wealth, you don't need more money to survive anymore. You're secure. Your bills are paid. You're comfortable. At that point, an extra $100,000 doesn't change your life, but an extra hour does. Here's a concrete example. Let's say you make $100,000 a year. That's roughly $50 an hour if you work 40 hours a week. Now, someone offers you a side gig that pays $50 an hour. Should you take it? Most people would say yes. Extra money, right? But a wealthy person would say no, because they value their free time at way more than $50 an hour. Why? Because that extra hour could be spent with family, or exercising, or learning something new, or just resting. And they understand that resting is actually an investment. A rested person makes better decisions. A healthier person lives longer and gets to enjoy their wealth. Time with loved ones builds relationships that actually make you happy. These things can't be bought. They can only be earned by having time. But here's where it gets really interesting. Rich people also understand that time is a multiplier for money. If you have money but no time, you can't actually use it. But if you have time and money, you can do anything. You can travel anywhere. You can spend time on hobbies. You can invest in learning. You can build relationships. You can relax and recharge. Time is also what allows you to build more wealth. You can't build a business while working a full-time job and sleeping 4 hours a night. You're too tired. Your brain doesn't work. You make bad decisions. But if you have time to rest and recover, your brain works better. You have energy to work on your business. You think clearer. You make smarter moves. This is why wealthy people will often work less, not more. They'll hire people to do the work. They'll build systems that don't require their personal effort. They're trying to buy back their time. They're willing to spend money to get time back because they understand that time is the rarest resource. Think about what rich people actually do with their time. They exercise regularly. They sleep 8 hours. They spend time with people they love. They travel. They read. They pursue hobbies. They learn new things. They meditate. They have therapy. They take long vacations. They do things that make them happy and healthy and fulfilled. You're probably doing the opposite. You're stressed, tired, skipping meals, sleeping poorly, not exercising, not seeing friends, just grinding. And you think that's the path to being like them. It's not. You're doing it backwards. There's also something called opportunity cost. Every hour you spend working is an hour you're not spending on something else. Most people don't think about this, but wealthy people do. Rich people also understand the concept of leverage. They don't just trade their time for money one-to-one like you do. They build things that multiply their time, a business that runs without them, investments that grow automatically, systems that generate money while they sleep. This is how they have money and time. They've figured out how to make money without spending their time on it. But here's the thing that really matters. Rich people understand that time is the only thing that gives life meaning. Money doesn't make you happy. Studies prove this. Once you have enough to be comfortable, more money doesn't increase happiness. But time does. Time with people you love makes you happy. Time doing things you enjoy makes you happy. Time to rest and take care of yourself makes you happy. Time to pursue your passions makes you happy. So if the goal is actually to be happy, not just have money, then time is what you should be chasing. And that's what wealthy people figured out. They stopped chasing money as the end goal. They started using money to buy themselves time. And that's when everything changed for them. Here's the moment where everything clicks. You've been thinking about this backwards your whole life. You think you need to get money first so you can have free time later. But that's not how it works. By the time you have money, you won't have the energy or health to enjoy free time. The people who actually figure out how to be happy and wealthy do it the other way around. They protect their time first. They make sure they're sleeping, exercising, spending time with people they love, doing things they enjoy. They treat time as more valuable than money. And then, from that place of health and happiness, they build wealth. They work smarter, not harder. They build systems instead of hustles. They delegate instead of doing everything themselves. They say no to things that don't matter so they can say yes to things that do. And yeah, sometimes that means making less money in the short term. But it also means they actually get to enjoy their life while they're building wealth. They're not waiting until retirement to live. They're living now. Look, money is important. You need it, but it's not the most important thing. Time is. Your time is limited. You get one life, and every single day, some of that life is gone. You can't get it back. So stop trading away like it's worthless. Stop working jobs that pay decent but kill your soul. Stop grinding yourself into the ground for money that won't even make you happy. Start thinking like a wealthy person. Treat time like the precious resource it is. Spend it on things that matter. Your health, your relationships, your happiness, your growth, and build wealth in a way that doesn't require you to sacrifice all of that. It's possible. Rich people do it. And now you know how. Subscribe for more mindset shifts that actually change your life.